Mehmet Oz, Dave McCormick, neck and neck still. Mail-in ballots across the state still need to be counted. It's going to be a while. What we do know is that whichever candidate comes out on top, they'll face Lieutenant Governor Gisele Fetterman in the general election this November.
And he remains in the hospital recovering from a stroke last Friday due to AFib. He had a pacemaker with a defibrillator implanted this week. And it just so happens that May is National Stroke Awareness Month, and so we have Gisele Fetterman's wife, Gisele, who's credited with recognizing that something wasn't right and encouraging him to go to the doctor. And she's here now, Gisele Fetterman.
Good morning. Welcome to Good Day Philadelphia once again. I was noticing as you were getting ready to join us that one of your kids is poking you in the arm. Is it happening already again?
Yeah, he's right there, August.
August.
Hello.
Hi,
August. Awesome.
Oh, here's the video that you just tweeted out. August wants to be on TV.
He can stay in the shot if you want. It's okay with us.
You'll see plenty of action behind me. Trust me.
So a week ago today, I guess your life changed, didn't it?
A little bit, yeah. A little bit of a hiccup. We've been working through it. It's never, you never expect a healthcare to come. But
well, how is he?
He's great. He is crawling up the walls, trying to get out, doing laps around the hospital. But he'll be home really soon.
Yeah, did they give you a time frame and how long he's expected to have to be in the hospital?
So I'm hearing this weekend, but I'm waiting for a final, and I need to make sure the kids know first before I tell the rest of the world.
Gisele, did I hear you say the other day that you go by the terms SLOP, S-L-O-P. What does that stand for?
So it's the Second Lady of Pennsylvania, but what happened is when I became Second Lady overnight, suddenly everyone was calling me ma'am, and I was like, oh, I don't know about this. But I also, before I became Second Lady, I had no idea what a Second Lady did or who they were, and I thought, how can I make this role fun and accessible? And so I coined SLOP, and I owned it.
You have owned it, because if you go to your social media, you have your name there, and then it's SLOP right underneath.
Oh, my God.
So, Second Lady, that's for sure. But going back to what happened this week, so I'm sure you guys have been on the campaign trail. I'm sure there's been a lot of traveling and all kinds of things. So what were some of those signs that you saw at first that encouraged you? Because I know at first he was saying, oh, no, it's fine, I'm just going to push through. So what was the sign that made you say, you know what, no, we need to go to see a doctor?
So it was 1 second. It was very fast, very subtle. I noticed the corner of his mouth dropped for just 1 second and went right back up. And I knew it wasn't a natural movement of our face. And I just had a gut instinct and dragged him to the ER.
Yeah, probably saved his life.
Definitely.
So that was a week ago today. Now you're getting some blowback on not admitting that this happened until Sunday. Was there ever discussion with the campaign to hide it?
No, I mean, I don't, maybe there's been some blowback, but I think my priority was to make sure my family was intact. My kids were made aware of what was happening. My kids found out 5 minutes before the entire world did. And I think people forget that this is a family, that we're real people, and, trying to manage all of this at the same time. Think about going through a very private health scare so publicly, and what that must be like.
Yeah. And even when it comes to the announcement of that he was going to have to get a pacemaker put in with a defibrillator, there was even some discussion. Some folks are wondering, well, if a pacemaker is one thing, but with a defibrillator, like maybe that insinuates maybe more, there may be more to it. Is there?
No, I mean, it's a pretty standard procedure. 1 million people get pacemakers added every year. Mother Teresa had one. Sir Elton John has one. And, if you've seen his performances, I would say it has not slowed him down one bit.
Yeah, but with the defibrillator, I think folks are focusing on that part of it, the defibrillator, in addition to the pacemaker.
They work together. So, he has AFib. It's a family thing. I'm going to get my kids checked for it because they might have it as well. And it's a way to manage what we have. I mean, millions of Americans have health issues or health scares, and we do our best to manage them. That's a part of life.
And at this point, there's no permanent heart damage or any difficulties with his brain?
No. The stroke was completely reversed on the spot. So zero injury, and he will make a full recovery. be back on the trail soon.
So who do you want? Yeah, Oz or McCormick? Let's go.
I mean, I don't have a preference. I don't think he does either. We've always run our race. It's never been about who we're running against. As you saw in the primary, we never spoke against our opponents. We never talked bad about them. We always ran on our experience, our history, and our hopes and dreams.
And I love that you guys also, you do share what it's like being on the campaign trail. And I was just looking from yesterday, a picture of you in the diner, because you said this past week has felt like a year. And your kid, I think one of your kids took this picture of you where you fell asleep when you were on the trail. What has it been like for you? Because like you've really kind of taken over since Fetterman has been in the hospital.
So that was at the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and my daughter said that I was snoring so loud, and she was embarrassed. You know, we're a real family that took this on as a unit. So it was a lot of days on the road. There were a lot of amazing days talking to Pennsylvanians all across the state, and we're eager to be back on that path.
Okay. Let's give our best to your family. And what's the name of your dog?
Oh, there's two. The one that's been walking around is Levi.
Levi.
All right.
Everybody wants a little cameo this morning.
Exactly.
Thank you for
so
talking
much.
with us.
Well, we'll see you down the campaign trail there for sure. All right, 7:39.